right, we're back with the Moonchild series. So we're going to talk about Taurus moon. Now, as I stated before, the moon is our emotional body, right? It's the part of ourselves that we don't share with the rest of the world. So those that are close to us get to see this side of us that is not, it's not necessarily how we present ourselves to the rest of the world. And if you have a child with a moon in Taurus, or if you love somebody with a moon in Taurus, or you have a moon in Taurus, these are some things that you might want to think about, integrate, or maybe if you didn't get some of this stuff, you might want to do some inner child healing. So Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is all about the aesthetic and material and its sensuality. Now, of course, we're not going to think about sensuality for children, but in relationships, that may be something that plays a part. But what I do know is that Taurus moon does not like things that are not status quo. So in a place where there's a home that has a lot of chaos is going to be hard on a Taurus moon. A Taurus moon likes to have their things, their belongings taken care of. I'll give an example, and my husband was a Taurus sun, but he still had this in his personality, okay? He liked to have all his movies in a certain category, all the horror was together. He had it set up as if he was like Blockbuster or something, and I'm dating myself by talking about Blockbuster, but if somebody put it out of order, this upset him. And if someone actually stole from him any of those movies, borrowed them without his permission, that really felt like a personal attack in a way. Okay? So when you have a Taurus moon child and they're having a hard time sharing, and they're having a hard time with certain things like that, now you know where it comes from. It is something very important to them. So if you see them categorizing things, I would allow this in their life, because this is partly what makes them feel safe and secure in their own home. Also, I would try to avoid a lot of harsh conflict. Now, maybe teach healthy resolving of conflict, but a lot of screaming and yelling is very hurtful to a Taurus moon and could cause a lot of trauma within their heart space. My dog is attacking a piece of paper on the floor. So it distracted me for a second. So anyway, things that are aesthetically pleasing are important, but also a lot of hugs, touches, pats on the back. Those are very important for Taurus moon children. They need a lot of those things. If you do something that is, let's say you give them a present and it has, like, you did some extra like decorations on top of it that were special and meaningful to them, that would mean a lot to them. Excuse me. So yes, these are Taurus moon character traits. I would say, what else? Oh, food is very important to them. So when you make their special meal, oh, that's going to speak love to them. So, if they've been doing good at school, maybe on Friday, make their favorite cookies or something like that. That will speak love to your Taurus moon child. Anyway, I hope those tips help. And on to Gemini. All right, if you have a Gemini moon child, your child is very adventurous, very energetic, and loves to talk. Okay, Gemini, they're the gabbers. Well, all the air signs love to talk. And they're highly intelligent. Gemini wants to know and learn. And my son is a Gemini. I have somebody to connect to all these signs. Okay. My son is a Gemini. My mother was a Gemini. My father was a Gemini. Okay. So I understand Gemini energy. It's very cerebral, and Mercury rules Gemini. Okay. So my son will talk. We're as soon as I pick him up from school, he is talking, and he is telling me about the third eye. He's figured something out about the third eye, and then I'll start trying to talk about it. And no, he's on to the next subject. He is now on to sharks, and then he's on to dinosaurs, and then he's too bored to stick with the topic. This is Gemini, the jack of all trades, master of none. They want to just know, and they want to move on quickly to the next topic. They are comedians. Now, this is obviously the moon. So how are we going to connect this to the moon? Okay, so this is our emotional body. I would say, now, yes, humor, because my dog, I'll just let her come on my lap if she decides. Okay, she's sitting with me. All right. So Gemini loves to joke. And if you joke with your Gemini, he or she will feel like you are bonding with them. I also feel that words of affirmation are highly important to Geminis. This is how they receive love. And I would say this is probably true of Aquarius and Libra as well. More so Gemini and Aquarius than Libra. Libra has some others that I will talk about later. But your Gemini needs words of affirmation. They need to hear that you love them. They need to hear, I'm proud of you. They need to hear, and now all kids across the board need these things. Just like with Taurus, I was talking about, affection, hugs, pats on the back. We all need that, but some of us need it even more. So I would say this is a sign where they definitely need words of affirmation. You are smart. You are intelligent. You're so funny. Oh, I love your energy. I love how curious you are, right? These are the things. And you just need to have a lot of patience with your Gemini moon, as they have so much energy, and they're kind of like ADHD when it comes to knowledge, but they're so smart, and they definitely will keep you on your toes. So be on your toes and go with them on adventures and just enjoy this great energy. And I'm preaching to myself because I got to do it with my child. Anyway, I hope those tips were helpful. All right, we are on to Cancer. Cancer moons. Now, Cancer loves to be here in this placement because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it is a highly emotional moon. Your Cancer moon child will be the one to cry at movies, at Bambi, will be completely empathetic and possibly be highly sensitive. And so you're going to need to be understanding of this highly emotional placement in your child. And instead of saying, toughen up, just be understanding that this is their nature and it is who they are meant to be. This sign needs a lot of a very nurturing mother, a very nurturing father. This sign needs to be allowed to share their emotions, to have a safe place for that. This sign also loves cooking and home and family. So doing things together as a family is so important. Holidays are important. Giving gifts that are meaningful is important. And they love to receive gifts that tell you know who they are. So pay attention. Do they like Paw Patrol? Or do they like, their kids' interests change so quickly. So for a Cancer moon, if last week they loved Paw Patrol, but you haven't noticed that this week they have moved on to Doc McStuffins, then it might hurt their feelings. Just letting you know. Yes, the Cancer moon child is probably, if you have a good relationship with them, they are going to be the ones that take care of their parents when they're old. This is a beautiful placement if it stays away from too much trauma. Now, on the trauma side, it can be very resentful and those pinchers can come out. Remember, it's the crab, and so they have a tough exterior and a soft interior, a highly soft interior once you get beyond it. So remember to be empathetic and nurturing with your Cancer moon. And if you are a Cancer moon, when you do your inner child healing, you need to nurture yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself compassion for your emotions instead of feeling guilty for them. All right. Hopefully these tips were helpful to you.